the turn, the light was, the light was had turned yellow as she was facing, I guess you would say west, going into the apartment complex or whatever, and the Explorer was coming southbound, and hasn't made it across his threshold yet when the light had turned yellow.
All right. Do you have some approximation as to how much time elapsed from the time you saw the light turn yellow until the Explorer came on into the intersection?
No, because once I saw the light turn yellow, my attention was just kind of focused on the impact at that point.
Well, when you first saw it, there was not an impact. Is that correct?
When
you first saw the light turn yellow?
Right.
Okay. Do you have any idea of how much time elapsed from this yellow? Then you're telling me the Explorer crosses into the intersection, and then ultimately we know that there was a collision. So I'm interested in that period of time from the time he crossed, you see the light turn yellow, he crosses the intersection, and then the collision occurs.
I say approximately about 3 seconds.
Okay. Now, do you have any idea about how fast the green SUV was going as he was approaching the intersection?
Yeah, he was. When I first saw the green SUV, I saw that he was coming at a fast pace. I knew that I wouldn't have been able to make the turn until after he had passed me, and he was coming pretty fast from what I was able to judge.
What's the speed limit out there?
It's like 50 miles per hour.
How fast would you say that green SUV was going?
I'm sure it was over 60. I say no more than 70.
Did you ever see him brake?
No.
Never saw the front of his vehicle go down prior to him coming into the intersection?
No.
Did you ever hear him skidding like he was braking hard?
No.
I hate to do this, but I need to take a break. I want to look at that statement.
You bet.
Can I?
Okay, the time is 10:15. We're going off the record. The time is 10:20, and we're back on the record.
Mr. Owens, Mr. Piscopo has furnished me a copy of the statement taken by Hatch Jones, insurance adjuster, and I'll get you a copy of it after the deposition. Let's go back to your statement that you gave to the investigating officer on April the 10th. The last sentence there, or it says, at the point of impact, the light was yellow. Are you absolutely, as you sit here today, certain that that's the case?
Yes.
Okay. When the impact occurred, were you focusing on the light or were you looking at the vehicles?
They were both in sight. After the accident occurred, I mean, obviously, yes, I focused on the vehicles.
All right, sir. And did you continue to watch as the Saturn was knocked across the intersection over into the ditch?
Yes.
Which would have been going from your right to left side, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, sir. So you would actually be going away from where you're going to see the lights, aren't you?
Correct.
All right. Now, can you tell me how far back the SUV was from the intersection when you first observed him?
say about 100 feet.
All right, sir. Is that a guess, or you just, what you got anything you're basing that on?
Yeah, there's I visualized I know where there's a small lake in front of the apartments,
Okay.
and that's where I noticed him at the peak speed, I guess you could say. I recognized the truck coming
All right.
southbound.
Do you remember which lane he was in?
Yes, from where I was looking at him, he would be in the left lane, and going southbound, he would have been in the right-hand lane.
And I'm gonna call that the lane closest to the curb lane there.
Correct.
All right, sir. Let me show you these photographs that the Sheriff's Department furnished to us. Okay. Look at this first photograph for me. Actually, I'm gonna give you all three of them, Mr. Owens. Probably be easier. Look at these photographs for me. See if you recognize them.
Yes.
Can you? Can you tell me what they depict?
Yes, obviously the truck, Saturn in a ditch, the tread marks, by the way they're positioned, I would assume that they were from the Saturn.
Is it your opinion that these pictures accurately depict what you remember seeing immediately after the collision?
Yes.
And you
Barry,
said,
just for the record, to the extent he's assuming anything, I'm obviously going to object. I didn't want to interrupt you, but.
that's all right.
Okay.
Let's, let me look at, I think, stand up here. I believe on all three of these photographs, is there some orange paint there on the highway surface? You see it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what is that? It's POI?
Yes.
Can you tell me, does that appear to be about where the point of impact occurred?
I'm going to object to the leading next question.
Yes.
All right, sir. And from looking at the photograph, in terms of the lanes of travel there for southbound Germantown Parkway, where is it that the point of impact is depicted?
On the far right-hand lane, curb lane.
All right, sir. Almost in that curb lane, isn't it?
Yes.
It looks like from those photographs, it's just a matter of inches, does it not?
Yes.
Is that the way you remember it?
Yes.
I want to mark those 2, 3, and 4. It doesn't matter in what order. Is there anything else about those photographs that you'd like to talk about, or?
No.
All right, sir. Now, immediately after the collision occurred, what'd you do?
I put my car in park, and I ran across the street to see if the plaintiff or Patty was okay.
And tell me what you saw.
I saw a Caucasian lady hung over in her seatbelt, upside down, in the curb lane ditch.
Did she appear to be in distress to you?
She was incoherent.
Was she making any kind of noise?
No, she was out.
Did you attempt to render any kind of assistance?
Nothing more than just talking, trying to talk to her.
Just telling her to hold on, you were going to get help?
Yes.
All right, sir. Do you remember where the driver of the SUV was at this time?
He was still in his vehicle when I looked up, but most of my attention was towards her.
Did the driver of the green SUV ever come over and make any statements to you?
No.
Did he, at any time, have you ever talked with him?
No.
Have you ever overheard him say anything?
Let me correct myself. I came over later and asked if he was okay.
All right. And what did he tell you?
Yeah, he said he was okay.
Okay. Take me through what happened.
At that time, I went back over to the lady.
All right, sir. How long before medical assistance or law enforcement arrived?
10 minutes.